Welcome back to the channel. We are working on the GT3 today. If you guys haven't seen the last two episodes, first we bought that green RS, and then we also bought this red GT3 to hopefully try to save the whole entire project together. We bought this green RS because we wanted the engine and trans out of it, and the whole entire body was destroyed. So then I bought this red GT3, which just needed an engine and trans, and now we're gonna try to save it and build a GT3 out of all of our GT3 RS parts. But before we even dive too much in this video, there's quite a bit of debate that's been happening when the camera is turned off. And there were some comments in the last video about this, and I'm gonna weigh into you guys here so you can help us with this decision. The engine we took out of the green RS is a GT3 RS engine, and it has a PDK transmission. The PDK transmission is just a fancy way of saying it's an automatic transmission, but it is such an amazing gearbox. One of the best things about the GT3 RS is the PDK transmission that comes in it. Now, this car was a manual car, not a PDK, so we were gonna be converting it into a PDK, which sounded like a really good idea at first. I'm kinda on the fence about putting a manual gearbox in the red car, keeping it true to its original form. When you look at the markets of both cars, the manual cars actually go for a little bit more money than the PDKs. And given the fact that I already have a 911 GT3 RS that isn't PDK, the thought of having a manual one is a little tempting. So I wanna get your feedback down below. Should we try and source a manual gearbox and put a manual gearbox on the back of our GT3 RS engine and put it in the red one? Weigh in your opinions down below. I need some help deciding. Now that that is out of the way, before we can even get to doing that, we need to strip the whole entire front end of this car because it was in a front end collision. Now, I was able to order a front tub off of eBay, so we have that coming in, but before we even get to removing this, we have a lot of parts to start removing. So let's stop talking about it and let's start doing it. We just got a package in that I'm very excited on, and this is the most vital thing for this whole entire rebuild for the GT3. I believe underneath my butt is the front tub for the car, which is gonna be sick because as we're starting to remove everything we need off the red one so we can replace this front tub, there are some things we don't know if we should replace or waste our time replacing because we don't know what has come on this one. So let's open it up and check it out. No, it came with interior.
Hell yeah, and all the brackets. And brake lines.
Wow.
And the horns, and the hood glass. This is a W. This is a big W.
The whole entire inside here is still here. Wow.
I'm wet right now.
Wow.
I'm excited.
I didn't know it came with any of that. Look at it. Came with everything.
Did you not look at it before you purchased it?
I just was like, yep, that's the tub. We need that. I ordered it.
Front tub, buy.
Kind of. So all of this stuff that was all right here all got destroyed, and we thought we were gonna have to order everything new, but this just came with it.
So what we're gonna use on the chassis are the factory frame rails and this cross support here. And then from the tub forward and from the strut towers out is what we'll use. And then hopefully I can cut this off and pop these rivets. They just went Sawzall happy, so that's perfect. I think they give us enough stuff.
Dude, that's so dope that it came with all this stuff. Yeah. That's a big win. That's a big win. Today, we actually just launched a whole bunch of new items that count towards the Mark IV Super giveaway. So if you haven't entered, every $1 you spend gets you one entry towards running the car. But we have released 4 new t-shirts. You guys keep asking for color, so we're trying to add some color. This t-shirt comes in 4 different colorways, as well as 2 different color sweatshirts. You guys always ask for the maroon color, so we brought that back. And it's officially May. Every year in May, we add a brand new t-shirt that says Go Gray in May. And these are t-shirts that are specifically designed and aimed towards raising money for Sabrina's brain cancer fund that we give as a charity research. These are really cool. This is the 4th iteration I think we have done. And these come in a t-shirt, and for the ladies, we have crop tops as well. And we've also added 2 new hats and matching lanyards all to the lineup. And our new special item are these car cup holder coasters. That's right, for your car. Let me show you. So these are actually designed to fit in the cup holder of your car. All you do is you literally just drop them inside and they fit in your cup holder. And you can get some cool branding inside your car. These are sold as a pair and they're all available now on the site. All this stuff is available right now, so you can click the links down below, head over to thehuntcompany.com and get your chances to win. So it may not look like it, but for the last 48 hours, we've been trying to strip the front end of this car as best as we can. We're just analyzing what's on the car and slowly taking things piece by piece. Now we've almost gotten to the portion of where I think we're almost ready to start looking at this front tub to come off. And there's two ways we can go about this. We can either, one, remove the tub from the front of the firewall. And this is actually held together with glue and rivets. Very, very strong glue. And there's also a secondary section which stops right behind the cargo tub, right in front of the struts, where it appears that we might be able to separate it from here rather than replacing the whole thing. We'd much rather replace just the front tub section than the whole entire front end assembly, because we want to try to use as many parts that came original to this car as possible. And as we take off each bolt and each little bracket, we're transferring it over to this car so we can at least try to keep track of all the original hardware that came on the car. And with this tub off the car, you can kind of see what we're talking about. There looks to be like an overlap section right here, which I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think we might be able to separate it from here and isolate the whole entire cargo section with this frame support and hopefully attach it back on. But we still have quite a bit of work to do, so we're gonna keep on going. Have you ever found yourself creating too much debt, collecting 911s to try to rebuild for a YouTube channel? Or have you ever found yourself with too many loans you're trying to pay off and you're struggling to do it? Well, PDS Debt is for you, and that happens to be today's video sponsor. PDS Debt has customized options for anyone struggling with credit card debt, personal loans, medical bills, and collections. And if you're making those payments every single month on your debt and you're not seeing those balances go down, well, PDS Debt is the program for you. PDS Debt has options that can consolidate all of those monthly payments into one easy, low monthly payment. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies. And there's also no minimum credit score required. You can save thousands in interest and fees, and you can pay off that debt in just a fraction of the time. PDS Debt is a top-rated company on Google, and they even have an A+ rating on the BBB. And if you personally check out the reviews, you can even see how many people mention their employees by name. PDS Debt is offering a free analysis test, and it only takes 30 seconds. These 30 seconds will help climb your way to financial freedom, so start today by going to pdsdebt.com/hunt. Thank you, PDS Debt, for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to it. Before the tub comes out, the front subframe needs to be dropped, so let's drop it. You're good. You're good. It's looking real good. Wow. How cool is that? Wow. Coil over? Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, we'll make sure it's not on the other side.
You're good. Yeah!
Oh, insert music.
That's cool. Now that we have it off too, we can get a much better look at the subframe. It looks pretty good. Looks really good.
I was waiting for it, honestly.
Looks really good. Looks like we'll have to replace this hose. Probably both of them, honestly.
That's both. It's the whole. So
Yeah,
this part's
it goes
right here.
from here to here.
Yeah, I wonder.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, donor car. Nice.
It's a lot of work just to get that one cooling hose out, though.
Gotta come out anyways.
That's pretty sick.
We don't definitely have to do the exact same thing we just did over there twice now for that coolant hose.
Cooling hose is probably pretty cheap.
Yeah, we should see how much they are.
We should definitely see how much it is. If it's like $100.
Can we just expose Dylan for his wallet
Yeah,
real quick?
not
What kind of
okay.
is this?
Not
dude?
okay.
What's wrong with that?
Nah, the Ouija board I don't care about. The sheer size of this.
Oh, I love the wallet. Ouija board.
Cowboy wallets are the best. Rodeo wallet, cowboy wallet, whatever you wanna call it.
This is the doctor speaking.
Hi, doctor. I have a question for you, doctor.
Yes, patient.
Do we have to replace the full front tub, or can you section it in half?
You can section it if you can find it.
Was your frame rail bent in the front?
Yes.
So
there are frame rail replacements.
Ours is fine.
Ours is bent. We have a whole front quarter or front third of a car from the firewall forward, but does it overlap with rivets?
Yes. So you have to clear out all of the glue on the front tub. Under all that glue are rivets, and you have to drill all those rivets out and kind of like hammer it out. But if you're reusing that, you're gonna have to be extremely careful not to bend or crack the tub because it is aluminum.
Okay, so rather than replacing the whole entire thing, there should be a split about right here. There actually should be 2 different sections. What we're gonna do is now we're gonna get razor blades. We're gonna start scraping all of the seam sealer off, and we're gonna try to identify the split. If we can do that, and we know that it's there, we're then gonna do that around the whole entire car, and we're gonna try and separate the 2. Oh my God, that's an amazing tool.
Use a wire wheel. I just want to get rid of some little exploratory cuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The sandworm.
You're excited that this is out.
The last time we saw this was the Ferrari.
Yeah,
That was
that's
so
right.
long time. That was a long time ago.
Okay, hot take. I think the Ferrari was easier than this car.
I don't-
Maybe it's
I
because
don't-
it was already half missing.
The only thing that was hard was the pulling when we went to San Francisco or
Yeah.
something. All I remember is good times with the Ferrari.
Same. I remember
I
it.
don't remember complaining at all.
No.
The 458 was beautiful and it was fantastic.
This one's, I feel like this is more work than the 458.
This is way nicer than the 458.
Really?
Way nicer.
What do you mean by that?
Like-
Nicer how?
like
Like
build
the
quality.
build quality?
Build quality completely.
I agree. I remember us taking part the Ferrari and we were like, really? That's it?
That's
it was
it?
like, yeah.
It's
Really?
like it's
Yeah,
it's
it's all
like a
like-
race car. It's like a race car, but if you're paying, how much are those? Like 200K or something?
More than that. Yeah, they're just like metal box tubing structure.
Yeah, when you buy a $200,000 car, you're thinking like you're gonna get some nice build quality. It's built like a race car. There's shims everywhere. The gapping is about Chotch boy gapping.
Maybe that's why it was so easy to put back.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
will give that. It is super easy to put together because they think race car.
Well, the boys are broken on the front. I'm gonna jump to the back of the car. This is something we haven't really looked at yet. I don't assume there to be too much damage. I really hope there's not.
Brackets behind this.
So I'm actually really curious to see what it's gonna look like. This one's still good.
Hold on. There's a bolt right here.
Uh-oh.
That looks lame.
Cracked and broken.
Looks like this is attached to this, so you should be able to unbolt that and replace this bumper. Like this looks like it's a unison part.
Yeah. Let's go up with it. You want to take this off real quick? And then we can go up with it?
All right, so unfortunately, the classic, we found more hidden damage, but we weren't expecting this. But here's the good thing. It's actually pretty replaceable, but this counts as structural damage, as painful as that word sounds, because this is not a part you can actually order from Porsche because it is considered structural. But I think I was able to find one on eBay used. So hopefully we should be okay. But what we've done is we've just unbolted all of the hardware on the side, and now we're gonna start heating it up with a torch, and then we're gonna start doing what Dylan's doing on the other side and start prying out the glue. And this piece should slide right out. And then our new one comes in, we should bolt it right back, and we should clear out of all of our other issues because it doesn't look like anything other than this little bend and the removable frame was damaged. It's just this. So we got pretty lucky with that.
Yeah, if you look at in here, see the bolt holes line up?
Yep.
Where the threaded portions
Yep.
are? Just from removing all of the, I guess they're still bolts, but, and taking the adhesive off, look, it already moved.
Yeah, it did. It's shifted. Like
Just
almost
from
that
relieving
little half
the-
millimeter that way.
The tension in the fastener.
Yep. The Porsche that keeps on giving. Let's start moving. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a W.
Hell
I think
yeah.
it's pretty light.
It's super light. We're gonna keep this because we're going to be using all the hardware off of it. That is sick. Kind of sick how it's like that.
I really enjoy how
Modular.
this car is.
Okay, well this job is done until this part shows up in the mail. That was easier than I thought it would be. So we're gonna start by taking off the front tub of this car because remember, we're gonna be using our new tub and putting it on this tub. But we're gonna be doing it in a way that is gonna be kind of Frankensteining both of them together. So we wanna be careful of how much we do actually remove, because we really only need pretty much this part forward. We'd like to keep the original strut towers because this is perfectly intact. And to do this, we're gonna start by removing piece by piece each panel that holds all this together. Now, this is all put together with seam sealer and rivets. So we're gonna spend some time and drill out all the rivets and remove all of the seam sealer from this front tub. This is gonna be a very time-consuming process, and there's probably a faster way to go about this, but because we've never done this before, and we're kind of learning about the car as we go along with it, this is the route we're gonna take. For you guys, it's gonna look like maybe a minute's worth of work, but it's probably gonna be a few hours worth of work. So let's start scraping and start drilling.
Oh my gosh.
So I feel like the reason that I'd like to do this personally is just because I want to see how it's made, so I can remove as little as possible when we do this section.
Yeah.
And then that section we can see how much we actually have to remove to put on the frame rail, because we're gonna have to take pretty much that whole tub can stay together, which is sick. This top corner right here that we just did, that went like that, is gonna stay on that one.
Could be like an intrusive way to do it, but my other like thought process is if we only need this rail forward, wouldn't it be faster if we just got a saw and just sawed this thing completely in half and then started hitting this way? Because if we need to get to the inside of this, we could avoid all this rivet work if we just cut it from there and then chiseled back.
Feeling like a space marine right now. To get to the rest, we're gonna just open this pocket up. So I'm gonna just pick a spot in front of the subframe mounts, so like 2 inches back on both sides, and just go right it from there. And then I'm gonna cut this nose off, and then we can peel back the frame rails from the inside by drilling the rivets. So same process, we're just gonna cut the timeline down by like 4 hours in 7 drill bits. I totaled the chassis. I'm just kidding. Am I though? Am I serious? What's racked, flipped upside down? So
There's an LS in it
Yeah.
for some reason.
just how I like it, dude. Long and short, peeled this portion back right here, right? So we cut it, got all the rivets off, peeled those pieces off. This is the most crucial, delicate, can't over drill area because it's the main mating point for the new front tub to mate onto the car. That's gonna align all of our body panels and everything. So it's a super scary section. So I started with this first after we got all the holes drilled. And after peeling that off, I realized that this portion now is mated to it and this portion. So now I need to take my time drilling these 2 rivets out. Once I get those peeled back, then the apron, or whatever you want to call this, will be totally free.
From this seam here, is this what's going to be floating, and everything else will be gone, right?
So this tie right here
Yeah.
will be gone. And then this part on the underside is what will remain, and this frame rail is what will remain.
I see.
So this portion,
Everything
vertical,
as well as this,
as well as this,
is off.
will be off.
Okay.
And then that'll leave us the frame rails and the apron or support, fender support, to locate everything. And then we'll pick a point on here. We'll cut it. We'll do a notch, a 45 and a notch to align everything. We'll pick the same point on the front tub, but this was the main alignment point, so that was the scariest part because this is all whatever we select.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a randomization.
There's been a lot that has been done to this. Our goal is to remove this motor from this subframe because as you can see, I could separate the subframe
Oh my God.
from itself.
Wow.
How'd you get so strong?
I took Dylan Schmerschel's workout plan.
Oh, definitely don't DM me for that because you're gonna be disappointed.
I've been taking apart all the arms and we're gonna sell the ceramic bricks because TJ has different plans. He has different wheel ideas. I don't know if you're allowed to know that, but he's not here.
They said that he's keeping the Steely so that he has the option to run an 18 wheel.
Yeah. So he wants the Steelies, so the carbon ceramics, whoever wants the rear ones, they're available. I took them off. After that, we're gonna try and remove the transmission from here, cause manual transmission. I'm excited for that. I'm not gonna do that yet until I have Dylan's supervision, cause I'm big dummy idiot. Don't know what to do. If I take this off, I feel like it's gonna go whoop. I finished all that. That stuff is over there.
It's really crazy to see this all laid out like this.
This is really light.
Yeah, actually, the PCCBs are extremely light.
These are super sick. Yeah, this is this is really cool. This is a really cool model.
This is it right here.
Yeah, she's a little torn, and I got a bunch of, I don't have any more gloves, so I'm getting greasy pissy on my hands. That's all done. Now I'm moving on to this guy, which I'm gonna take this off. We need to steal
some coolant lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna steal all of these coolant lines from this subframe, which means I have to drop the gas tank.
Which also means you have to do the exact same thing we did to that.
Stand by while I go rip my hair off, and definitely am not my d.
All right, I'm here to give you guys a quick update. TJ's in Miami, Dylan's not here, but last night he actually finished chopping everything that he needed to chop off the front end of this car off. It's ready to receive its new front tub, which is sitting over there. Just wanted to give you this update so you can see how everything looks once he was finished. So now we have a front tub for sale, probably pretty cheap. Really crazy to see a GT3 like this.
We still have lots to do with the 911, and I can't wait to start putting everything back together. All the parts should show up in the next day or two. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the 911 rebuild series. And we've been posting a lot of behind the scenes content on our second channel. So if you want to get even more content about this car and be open to discussions with what we're doing with decisions and whatnot, like the gearbox, go ahead and subscribe to that channel. And I'll see you boys in the next video. Peace out and keep moving forward.